everyone. Okay, this video tutorial comes mid-recording of another tutorial, but just taking a break and doing something slightly different. The question comes from the Discord, links in the description to join our Discord, from John Bova, and he wants to know, got it over here on my phone, about making puzzle pieces snap into position using Codeblocks. And it's pretty easy, so I thought, let's just go ahead and do it. So first things first, we've got this script. I'm on the Horizon hub.info website. You can go to that website if you'd like, but it doesn't allow you to write code blocks on desktop. Just for clarity, you have to actually go into Horizon and make this for it to actually function. This is just for teaching and screen capture. So what we're doing is making a puzzle trigger, and this is it's a script that needs to know about a puzzle piece. And so we're going to create a object variable which will be called the piece, and so this trigger needs to know about the piece that's associated with it. So every piece will have its own trigger, and I might show you a secondary way if we have time at the end, but then we also need to know about the origin position of this piece, so the origin position, and we also need to know about the origin rotation of this piece, origin rotation. There we go. So pretty simple, like return script, if you've ever done one of those, very similar. And so we need to know when world is started to get that information, and we need to know when a trigger is entered by an object, and we'll need an if statement here. And in world start, we're going to need two set2s. You can duplicate by thumb sticking to the right. And so we're going to set the origin position on world start and origin rotation on world start. Going to operators tab down to object, we'll find position of object, we'll find rotation of object, and then we'll find our piece is the thing that we need the position of. So we say set origin position to position of piece, set origin rotation to rotation of piece. Now that we've got the origin position and origin rotation saved, we then say when the trigger is entered by the object, if that is our object, so we say if object double equals, if we're in TypeScript, that would be a triple equals. If it's our piece, then we want to move our object and rotate our object. It can be this object or piece, doesn't matter. Just for clarity's sake, so it's easier to read, we'll use piece. And then to origin position and origin rotation. Again, duplicating is thumbstick to the right. The problem is the player's probably holding the piece, so we also need to force release. So we'll grab force release, and we need to force release the piece or this object. For readability, I think we're just going to keep using piece in here, but they're the same thing, right? Like we double equals them. They're the same thing. All right, and that should do the trick. Sometimes weird things happen with force release, like we might need to add a delay here, but I'm not going to count for that in today's tutorial. For reference, if you wanted to do that, you would need to say when event is received and then send an event to self and then move. Just it's a couple extra lines, right? So it'd be you'd send return. Now there is another option here, and I think I'm going to describe it, but we're not going to actually do it, where if you had one trigger over the entire puzzle rather than a trigger for each piece, then when that trigger was entered, you could send a return event to the piece that entered the puzzle trigger, and then that would move to its return position. You could also make it float there, doing it over time using the move to over time, which could look really cool. So you just use same thing but add a delay or like amount of time it takes to get there, which might look really neat, rather than snapping, although I think I like the snapping best. Both are kind of cool. And yeah, so you could do one entire trigger and just send the return event, but I like this best. I think it is a lot more intense on terms of capacity because you're using triggers for each object, but it's going to give you the best result since the player actually has to put the piece into the correct location. Granted, of course, they could just swipe their hand over the whole thing until it snaps in, but like cheater's going to cheat, player's going to play. What? Anyway, that's the end of the tutorial. I think that about covers it. So hope that helps. If you have any more follow-up questions, feel free to join us in the Discord under Codeblocks General. Links in the description, and have a great day. Bye.